Alright, good evening, welcome back. Welcome back if you're on YouTube. Thanks for coming over to the second stream of the night. And if you're on Twitch, well, welcome back. Intermission is over. Just one little ad break there for you guys. Thanks for sticking around. We're all loaded in here. We got a beautiful Arkia livery next to us. That's an Israeli airline. We actually flew that out to, I think we flew that out to Armenia from Israel. Not that livery though, that's a cool one. But we're right in front of it with the Czech Airlines livery. We got another Czech Airlines coming out, starting to taxi. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon now here in Prague. We got cloudy weather, so we might not be able to see much of the city on our departure either, which kind of sucks. But let's get the description of this flight in here. So this is Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you weren't sure what we were doing. Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 128. This is we're flying into every country and territory in the world via real commercial flights as much as possible. And this one I think is a real one. The last one we kind of fudged it a little bit. But this one's definitely a real one. Czech Airlines Flight 761 from Václav Havel Airport, Prague in Ruzne, Czech Republic, to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport in Roissy, France, in France. And I just said it, the flight's based on Czech Airlines 761, which is flown in real life with the Airbus A320. So we'll be using the A320 with FlyByWire's A32NX mod. I was wrong, that's a Turkish Airlines on taxi. We have this Czech Airlines livery created by McAmble. He does a lot of Czech mods over there on flightsim.to. We got Alpha India Group's traffic. That's the traffic that's around us moving around the airport. And Bajan Habashi's Four Season Pack providing seasonal trees, which if we can see as we're flying over Prague, you'll see there's some beautiful mix of some spring trees starting to come in the city. So let's get inside the plane and get it started up. Wrong key. This key. Alright, so fly pad, we already have the jetway connected, so we're gonna get going pretty quickly here. Pull in some of the data from SimBrief. Look at our operational flight plan. 53.53 for fuel. So 7 minutes to load that up, and that's all we need in the fly pad for now. Go over to our pedestal, check to make sure our parking brake's set, flaps and spoilers are retracted. Ignition is normal. Master switches for the engine are in the off position. I'm going to turn up my integrated lighting. Don't need the flood lighting now. Making sure thrust levers are at idle. Continue up the pedestal. Turn up the display brightnesses where we can. Right over here, landing gear is down. Anti-skid and nose wheel steering is on. Overhead panel, wipers are off. We can now go proceed to beginning, starting up the aircraft. Battery 1, 2, external power on, strobe light, auto, crew oxygen supply, ground control. ADIRS, nav 1, nav 3, and 2. 3 is our backup, 1 is for the pilot, or for the captain's seat, 2 is for the first officer's seat. DIRS is on the battery right now, even though we do have external power. Hey Oliver, welcome in. Welcome in. Just in time for our flight to France here. Do our APU test, fire tests. Actually, what I'm going to do for you guys, because I'm so nice, I'm going to pop this panel open. Just give you a look at what's happening when I do this. When you're doing this test, you don't need to do it for the APU. We actually get a message on that screen. Talk about fire. Alright, that's all we need there. Well, go back to the overhead panel. No smoking, auto, emergency, exit lights, armed. I'm going to go to my glare shield, turn up the integrated lighting on this. turn up our ND screen and the MFD screen, since feeling down, not wanting to use my Oliver Smith. What does that mean? Not wanting to use my Oliver Smith? I hope you... I'm not sure what that means, you don't want to use your Oliver Smith, but I hope you feel better. I'm feeling better today. So I'm glad you were here with me yesterday when I wasn't feeling so great. Today I feel a little bit better. I hope you can feel better after the stream as we get going. Even though my buddy who is streaming at the same time still has more streamers than me right now. No, but I don't really care. That's alright. I think we had a good flight earlier this evening and I'm feeling good. I just want to fly. Getting a good flight here to France. So I hope you feel better as well. And let me know what's going on. Alright, let's get our pressure in here. 1029. Let's see. Kinda. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's get the passengers coming on board. So the FlyByWire guys did something to the screens where I really need to turn up the brightness again. So we go to ATSU, AOC, weights and balances, WB. Send a request to SimBrief, grab it. 167 total passengers. I hope my microphone is on. Yes, it is. We're going to start the boarding process. So they're going to come on. I actually have it going fast, so they're going to be on pretty quickly, no problem. Also going to get Pack X going, hopefully. You'll come up with something. I mean, again, worst case scenario, I mean, not that it's a terrible thing, is you use your name. But just come up with something. I'm not very good at coming up with names, I mean... Hey, Sean Delaney. Hello. Welcome in. I'm just getting Pack X started. That's all I want to do. Sometimes I kind of forget what I was doing. Yeah, this flight's going to be a little bit shorter than our first flight of the night. Just a little bit. I don't think I have any boarding music for, no. Alright, so passengers are boarding in Pack X. They're boarding within the plane itself. Yes, I am redundant with my passengers, but they do different things. We actually had a passenger incident simulated through Pack X on the first flight of the night out of Bulgaria. One passenger didn't want to put his carry-on in the overhead baggage. We eventually got that solved and got off the ground. Oh, come on. They're not going to let me get the clearance. Alright, well... We'll just put something in for now. Let's see. That's what I forgot to do. Forgot to get all my stuff set up in Navigraphs. Just so everything's at hand. Looks like we're gonna be flying right over Germany and right over Luxembourg. I wasn't sure if we were gonna fly over Luxembourg and a little bit of Belgium. I wasn't sure on the last flight if we were gonna do that. That looks like that's what the flight plan is gonna be. Let's see. So right now it looks like we're taking off runway 6, which makes sense because we landed runway 6 and the winds haven't changed in the last half hour that much. I have to take a look. I can't see the landings, but it looks pretty interesting. And yeah, I could I mean, like I said, I could probably do something for you. You know, I can't do something super complicated and super creative, but I can do some stuff. Obviously, I can do some stuff in Illustrator and make you a logo if you so we should come up with something. But I can't promise like amazing everything. I'm not a amazing, but X-Last Kiwi, I'm currently flying through the heaviest turbulences I've ever had in flight simulator. Where are you at? I can check on Volanta. Let's see. You are... You're flying like right... You're probably right just... Yep, I see you. You're kind of flying just north of the... You just entered Turkey. You're near Batman. We remember Batman. That's the flight we flew up to when we flew up to Yerevan to Armenia in the Arkia livery plane that's next to us right there. We flew over the city of Batman. Yeah, looks like a decent storm going on there, so makes sense. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could stream on Mondays, but well, I don't know if I want to stream on Mondays, but I stream at Oliver. I stream whenever I can. If I have the night off, I can. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night, unfortunately, because I did pick up some hours. So I'm going to be working 3 to 12, 3 to midnight tomorrow. So I might stream when I come home, but probably not because it's going to be after midnight, and I'll also be tired. So unfortunately, this will be the last stream of the week, and then. But I'll be back on Friday night, and then we'll be Friday night and Sunday night next weekend. Saturday again, have some obligations. Hey, INS Sad, welcome in. All right, let me figure out what I'm doing here. All right, we're gonna take off runway 6. That's what we were talking about. We're gonna be landing runway 9. Right, that's what we got right now. That might change. We'll see. Open that. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing some stuff here. Doing a little bit of housekeeping before we get too far along, so that when we're in the air and we're approaching France and 500 things are going on, we can kind of just have things that are pretty good. Okay, enough chatting there, or enough talking, enough blabbing. Let's get into the MCDU. All of our passengers are on board, technically, so we don't have to pause anywhere. Here's my stuff.
After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy.
Alright, flight plan alternate is Lima, Foxtrot, Oscar, Kilo. No idea what airport that is. 761 is our flight number. Cost index 5. Cruise 380. 38,000 feet. Go to init page 2, and since our passengers are on board, we get our 0 fuel weight. Do our fuel planning. Fuel's all on board. 50, 360, 5.3. Wind we have right here, plus 19. So we're just going to put in 0, 19. That's going to be a tailwind. Go to our... we'll go to flight plan first. My vertical speed is hopping from 400 to -400. Yeah, you're just going up and down. I've had that. Alright, so we're taking off runway 06. Baltu 6 Delta is going to be our standard instrument departure. And no transition, so we've got all that in up to Baltu. From Baltu, we're going direct to Donad. Donad, direct to Sapka. Sapka, direct to Rapet. From there, we're going Zulu 93. What's airway? So Zulu 93, you know it's an airway because it's got a letter and a number. Airways are like highways, and they have multiple waypoints along them. We're going to take that airway until we get to the waypoint Kodak. Exit the airway there. Insert, because we're going from Kodak, and we're just going to go direct again. Waypoint to waypoint. So Marza. From Marza direct to Lori. Lori to Nazpa. And direct to Delta India Kilo VOR, also known as Dick. And we're going to take the one with the frequency. But both of those, 314, is going to be the one we need. Then we're going to go from Delta India Kilo Airway UN, Uniform November 857 to Rapor. X last keyword. I'm using the developmental version. Out of the 3 versions, I would suggest you always using the developmental version, because stable is stable, but it doesn't get it. If there are bugs, you have to wait until the next stable release for those to be fixed. Whereas development's basically the most stable because you're not getting all the bugs that experimental has going on. And typically, if a bug does make its way into the developmental version, it'll get fixed the next day. You almost have to update it every day. Same with experimental. Both of those you have to update almost every day. But you're getting the latest stuff. And developmental is basically you're getting the latest stuff, but the latest stable stuff. And stable is you're getting whenever they decide to release the next stable release. So you might be on stable. Yeah, these sounds just came in a couple updates ago on the developmental. Alright. VDeuce. I feel like VDeuce is... I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say something. I think Luxembourg is VDeuce. There's a city called VDeuce there or something. Sounds familiar. No, that might be actually that might be like the Shine Badus or whatever. Alright, so our landing is gonna be 9 right. That's what we're gonna put in for now. ILS 9 right. Going into a big airport. VDeuce, our star, standard terminal approach. Lots of stars. Oh my goodness. Serious airport here. VDeuce 9 Echo. Via. What did I have for my Via? Lorne. Insert. Alright, just gonna do it quick. I'm not gonna put it in plan view. Just gonna check it. Got discontinuity. Get rid of manual. Get rid of discontinuity. Good to go. Okay. Radio nav page. We'll pull up Navigraphs. I'm gonna check that final approach chart. I'm on it already. ILS will automatically populate. What I do want to put in is the VOR. I'm guessing there's a couple VORs. So I'm going to put both of those in, because we might need to use the other one. So 115.35. Put that in VOR 1. And then a VOR, the PGS one, 117.05. Just as backup, I use those. Okay, so init page 2 again. Let's see, our zero fuel weight center of gravity is 23.6. Let's see. Heard my 23.6. That means we're going to have we're going to be up. Flaps are going to be up about, or our trim is going to be about 2.1, up 2.1. So we're going to go flaps 1, trim up 2.1. Before we go too far, I'm just going to go right over here and do that trim. Okay. Back in here. Transition altitude, I believe, was 5,000 feet. That's where we changed the barometric pressure. V1, 129. Rotate speed is going to be 190. And V2, 134. We have everything we need. I'm not going to do flex takeoff because I need a whole calculator for that, and don't have that available yet. Let's see. Sean is spawning at weird angles at the gate. Any idea why? Some of these airports, if you're at an airport that's just a generic, like, it's just the AI modeled it, you're gonna have problems. Sometimes, now if it's one where you, if it is like a downloaded one, a modded one, and it's like that, well then the modder's screwed up. Amon, really? I didn't have any problem with Amon, so maybe again, as I said, if you're using just the generic Microsoft Flight Simulator ones, the ones that are auto-generated, as a lot of airports are, that parking will be messed up, and that's why there are a lot of mods out there that maybe it doesn't overhaul the whole airport. Awesome, creepy. Hey, I thought you guys were doing awesome. Thank you, 9 viewers. There you go. Thank you very much. And a cheer from Unique New York. Thank you. Yeah, I was just talking about poorly designed parking spots at the auto-gen airports. How was your bush flight or whatever? Is something going wrong with that, or? Because I thought you guys were starting about 10. It's only been 45 minutes. I didn't think you guys would be coming over here. Oh, it's short. Okay. I saw the plan and I didn't see how long it was. I almost wanted to jump in on that. Ricky Bobby gave you a gift sub. Oh, to you? Awesome. Well, that'd be good. Then I don't have to waste my time on an ad. Thank you, Ricky Bobby, if you're here. Let's see. Alright, got the flight computer set up. So we are just about ready to push back. So, master switch for the APU on. Barometric reference, we got those. Flight directors both on. Projected wind shear, cockpit door closed. Locked. Let's see. APU master, flap is open. Start that up. Uh-oh. What did I do? Where are my shortcuts? There we go. My camera shortcuts weren't working. Yeah, so XLAS Kiwi's flying up from Doha up to Sofia, where we took off on the last flight, and he's right around Batman, Turkey. And if you saw our flight from Tel Aviv up to Yerevan, Armenia on Arkia Airlines, which is the airline right next to us right there, we actually flew over Batman, and I couldn't believe it. And the flight from Sofia up to here to Prague, we flew over Montana. There's a Montana, Bulgaria. Who knew? Right? We got a Batman, Turkey, Montana, Bulgaria. So, crazy places that you never knew about. Oh, did she ask for the pushback? Well, I guess we'll get the pushback.
Welcome aboard, flight 761. Detroit to Paris. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please note the cabin doors now closed.
I'm turning the co-pilot off though because she'll stop the tug too early. Amman was the normal AI one. On the next flight I started on the outer parking areas. Yeah. I think there is a freeware download for Amman if you ever fly there again. Just check out flightsim.to. I always check before I do a flight out of any airport to see if there's a, parking fixes, lighting fixes, or a whole overhaul to the airport. And there are some amazing overhauls to some of these airports, just for free. All right, we are ready for pushback. Tug is connected. Beacon light is on. I'm using pushback helper. Haven't reinstalled the push toolbar pushback, so here we go. Reverse. Nope. I keep forgetting to turn off the parking brake every time. Parking brake off. Now do the reverse. And starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Please place your bags in the overhead lockers or under the seat in front of you. No bags may be placed in the aisle or by an emergency exit. There are seat belts on every seat. Please fasten your seat belts with the buckle and adjust the strap. To unfasten your seat belt, lift up the buckle. We recommend that you keep your seat belt fastened during the entire flight or when the fasten seat belt sign is turned on at the cockpit. Window shades must be pulled up during takeoff and landing. Should unexpected circumstances occur, we will have to prepare the plane for an emergency landing. This situation is extremely rare, however, it is our duty to inform you. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing, please take the safety position, remain calm, and wait for instructions from the crew. If you are asked by the cabin crew to disembark the plane, please remain calm. To evacuate, use the nearest emergency exit. There are lights located along the aisle to guide you. Emergency exits are marked with an illuminated sign. Should the air pressure in the cabin drop, an oxygen mask will appear automatically above every seat. To activate the flow of oxygen,
I was like, why is it not starting up?
Mask over your nose and mouth,
I didn't turn the fuel
adjust
pumps
the
on.
strap, and breathe normally.
This is why you have checklists.
Always put on your own mask first.
There
then
we
help
go.
Children and other passengers.
This is why you have
In case of an
checklists.
emergency landing on water level, your life vest is stored under or between
If you
your
don't follow the
seats.
checklist, you're gonna have
To put it on,
issues like that.
pull it over your head and fasten the buckle on the straps in front of your body. Never inflate the vest before leaving the aircraft through the emergency exit. Inflate the vest by pulling on both red tags. If necessary, inflate the vest manually by using your mouth. All electronic devices must be switched
do you know
off
if the
during taxi,
LVFR
takeoff,
ground
and
services
landing.
regional add-ons are any good?
Mobile
I don't know
phones
what
must remain
those
switched
are.
off
I've never heard of
during
that.
the entire flight.
Where did you see those? Are those on flightsim.to or is that free?
Please be aware that
Check.
all our flights are strictly non-smoking. Smoking is prohibited in all areas of the aircraft, including the toilets. For
Okay,
detailed
so I'm watching
information, please
Creepy
see the
Kirk's
safety
stream
instructions
and
located in
my
the seat
stream
pocket
showing.
in front of you. During
So I can
takeoff
close
and
that
landing,
screen now.
please
I don't need to
ensure
have
that your seat and
two
tray
screens with
table
my
are
own
in an
stream going.
upright and locked position. If your seat has a footrest, please
let's
ensure
see.
it is stowed under the seat.
What's it called?
Ladies and gentlemen, our
LVFR
entire crew are at your disposal during this
regional.
flight, and we hope that you have a pleasant
services.
experience on board with us. On behalf of Czech Airlines, we wish you a comfortable flight.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Alright, engine 2, or engine 1 is coming up. Just about ready to go. So I'm going to turn on the runway turn-off lights, taxi lights. Transponder is, well, it's not really set because we haven't gotten our clearance yet. There we go. Now we got IFR clearance.
Ryzen ground CSA 761 ready to copy IFR clearance to Degal.
Oh, payware in the marketplace. You get branded. I don't know. That sounds. If they somehow have it that it's based on location, I don't know how. Yeah, how extensive is that? I'll have to look. I'm sure you could search on YouTube. Maybe there's been a review of it. All right. Let's turn back co-pilot. Deal with that.
CSA 761 cleared to Degal Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 06 climb
All right.
and maintain
3,
13,000
2,
feet.
1,
Departure
5.
on 118 decimal tree, 75 squawk tree 215.
Oliver Smith is back. All right. Hey. All right. Transponder set. Probe Windows heat. Auto. APU bleed and master switch off.
We're prepared to take off.
Spoilers. Armed.
Ground CSA
Flaps.
761 with Charlie ready to taxi IFR.
CSA 761 taxi to and hold short of runway 06 via taxiway Bravo Charlie cross runway 12 Charlie. Contact tower on 134.5, 6 wind ready.
Yeah, it's not gonna be taxiway Bravo Charlie. I think we're gonna take
Taxi and hold short runway 06
we're gonna take
via
taxiway
Bravo
Foxtrot.
Charlie
We can just go
cross runway
straight
12
shot
Charlie,
Foxtrot.
CSA 761.
Or we could go Foxtrot. You know, take Lima to Delta and then Foxtrot. But a couple options. But we're just gonna go straight out here, Foxtrot. I think, or I think it's right there. That one. Right over there. The runway. Got a plane taking off, plane landing. That's where we're going. Let's see. I got distracted. Anti-ice. No anti-ice. Max auto brake. Nose light. Runway turn-off light. Nose light is takeoff. Or no, taxi. Runway is on. Parking brake is off. And we do have our clearance, so we can go. We'll start chronometer. Take up config. Test. Everything's good. Just gotta do a cabin check. I haven't even put any thrust in because this airport is very wobbly. You're late. You're late. Yeah. I'm about to take off. Because I changed his diaper later when he decided to drop a stink bomb. Like 6:30. But I'm taking off. Thinking that Czech airline right there just landed. Yeah, he was coming in for a landing. He's going to be coming off that taxiway right after the runway. I wonder if that runway is closed. It's got the big X's on it. Very well could be. Let's see. Anything else we got to do? We just got to do that cabin check. So now they want a diaper change right now on takeoff. The diaper change is supposed to happen on short final or right after landing. Once we get up in the air, once we get the autopilot set. So these trees are John Hibachi's four season pack. They got different colors and stuff. Right now it's a late winter, early spring.
Request taxi to the gate. CSA 89er tree taxi to gate 8 using taxiway Bravo Charlie.
It's just wet. What? Let's see.
Taxi to gate 8 via taxiway Bravo Charlie CSA 89er tree.
We're gonna have to wait for this next plane to land, unless he has to go around. But I think Ryanair will get off before he. It's gonna be fine, and this guy's gonna land, and we'll take off after him. Actually looks like two planes landing at the same time. Not very good separation.
Grisine Tower CSA 761 at runway 06 ready for departure IFR to go.
CSA 761, hold short runway 06. Traffic is Boeing 737 on final.
Hold short runway 06 CSA 761.
Yeah, this isn't. I think it's decent. I mean,
866, go around.
yeah, he's gonna go around. Unless this guy's going around. Why is this guy going around?
Going around ATN 866.
feel like they could have landed. Maybe this one's the one that has...
866 contact Prague approach on 120.
Maybe this guy's got the clearance and the other one was... Well, quite a few planes coming in at the same time.
120.53 Aegean 866.
Alright, that was the GN in Greece. This Ryanair got to land. GN had to go around. Got another one coming. I think they'll clear us to take off. Actually can't see him anymore.
Ryanair 1374 turn next taxiway.
They could clear us to line up and wait. Ryanair is already... I mean, he's going really slow. He hasn't,
Ryanair 1374 turn next taxiway.
he hasn't even crossed that runway yet. But right after the runway, he'll turn off. So hopefully... I don't think there's another plane coming. Nope, there is. So we're going to have to wait for this guy to land or go around. Yeah, it's the only...
Niner 774 number 2 for landing. Follow the aircraft on final. Wind tree 55 at 7. Cleared to land runway 06. Iberia tree 148 go around.
Yep, go around.
Cleared to land runway 06.
How often have we've been told to go around right at that point? Because that Ryanair's still sitting there.
Ryanair 1374 turn next
So Iberia got screwed up because of him, which also screwed us up. This is the longest I've had to wait in a while. A lot of planes coming in, and
Going
like,
around Iberia
the
tree
spacing not
148.
perfect. And the problem is, once they land, they take so long to get off the runway.
Approach on 127.58.
I bet you that Ryanair's gonna get stuck, which happens sometimes too.
Iberia tree 148.
So we're gonna have to wait for...
Ryanair 1374 exit runway when able. Ryanair 1374 contact ground on
Okay, there he goes.
121.901.
So Euro Wings is probably gonna get cleared to land before we take off.
Going to 121.901 RYANAIR 1374.
So far it's been working pretty well. ATC and the AIG traffic. Ryanair just took a long time to get off the runway. And that's one issue with the AIG traffic, is that once they land, they get stopped really quick, but then they usually cause a lot of problems, because if there isn't a taxiway right where they slowed down and they have to roll a while, it's going to take them a while. Alright, so we're going to wait for Euro Wings. Yep, Czech Airlines. Yeah, this is Euro Wings, which we flew before. Now, it's Euro Wings, but it's in a German Wings livery. Alright, so hopefully German Wings there doesn't take too long to vacate. Because if he takes too long, I'm sure Aegean or
Eurowings Niner
Iberian will be right on short final again. Okay, can we line up and wait? Yeah, see how far back he's stopped? But he still has to cross that runway and get that taxiway. It takes forever. Alright, who do we got coming up? I think that's I think maybe that Archaea plane is coming. I can't tell.
Eurowings Niner 774 turn next taxiway.
I do like that their website, their web address is like just that basic computer. What font is that? Courier? I can't remember what it is. Courier, maybe? Been so long. I think this is Archaea. That plane that was next to us? Or maybe not. No. This is gonna be another another Israeli line. Israel. Basically, right there, it's Israel in Hebrew. Israel. Cool. Another Israeli one. So Arkia, Israel. No LL. Yeah, I don't think that Arkia, the Arkia livery has Hebrew actually written on it. Come on, exit the runway so I can take off. Ay, ay. Get your butt kicked on if you're on VATSIM. There we go. Push your clearance now.
Cleared for takeoff runway 06.
Cleared for takeoff runway 06 CSA 761.
Alright, finally.
Going to 1 tree, 1 decimal 9er, 5 Eurowings 9er, 774.
Alright, hold the brakes, stabilize at 40%. Go take off. Now the weather's clearing up, and now I'm looking at the route. I don't think we're going to fly over Prague. So of course now we can see Prague, and our departure's not going to take us over Prague. Now that the weather's cleared up, of course. Alright, V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
CSA 761, contact Prague Center on 118.375. Good day.
118.375 for CSA 761.
Yeah, it really cleared up.
Prague Center CSA
Remember, it was overcast and cloudy before.
passing 2,500 feet, climbing 13,000.
So there's Prague over there. We could have had a nice approach over it, but couldn't see any of it with all the clouds and before. We're gonna pull back to the climb indent. Track flaps. Autopilot. Ground lights off. Keep the landing lights on until 10,000. We'll press the transition, so we'll go standard pressure.
CSA 761 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at 3,400 feet, Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
CSA 761 has the traffic.
Ryanair 4715 traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at 5,900 feet, Airbus A320N. Report them in sight. CSA 761 traffic alert. To o'clock less than 1 mile, 4,200 feet, Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
CSA 761
And Creepy Kirk
traffic in
going
sight.
with gifting another subscription for Unique New York. Thank you very much.
Ryanair 4715 climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Ugh. Got some of that X-plane level generic
Climb and maintain
missing
11,000
some.
feet.
I always wonder how that works. Like, why is there certain little, like, just a little area
Ryanair
that
4715
isn't?
traffic is 1 o'clock
I mean,
3
that
miles
doesn't look
at 1,800
real.
feet, Airbus
These
A320.
patches. Wonder if that's like because there's clouds there or something. Here you can see this. I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't look right.
Top center is rear
Thank you, Creepy Kirk. Well, we got a little bit of a look at Prague there on our departure. Weather decided to clear up, but then our departure didn't really take us over the city. I think it's all auto-gen anyway. But I was hoping to see... I don't think the trees are going to show as many spring colors yet. So basically, Bijan Havashi's 4-season pack, it really shines over the cities. Like if you're in the cities, you'll see a lot of pinks and purples and pretty greens and stuff with the spring colors. But maybe it's not doing that right now. It might do it once we get to the spring pack, which I will probably load in. Like each he's got 8 packs now, 8 sectors for the year for the trees. So instead of it just being spring, summer, autumn, winter, there's actually spring, or there's winter, then late winter, early spring, and then spring, then late spring, early summer, summer, late summer, early autumn. So there's kind of a transition. And right now I'm in the late spring, or late winter, early spring still, because it's a 45, and basically I take spring, which starts on the 20th, and I started using, basically the beginning of March, I started using the late winter, and what's 20 days, 25 days after, probably April 15th, probably around tax day. I have to remember to send my taxes in here. Keep reminding me to do that if you guys come on the stream. But at that point, I'll switch to the spring pack, and then those trees will really start rocking when we fly over the cities. We'll have to do some VFR flying. As I said, I'm going to probably do some, eventually just do some recording of flying around the cities that we're going to. I know I said I was going to do that on the stream, but I might make those just videos that I can record after the stream when I need to be a little bit quieter. There won't be commentary, but I'll do some production. Hopefully, put some nice tool tips and stuff on there, showing like, oh, this is the Museum of History or whatever, or the train station. Climb and maintain 14,000. Okay. So, hopefully, I will kick myself in the butt and actually do those. I bet you the first one won't come out until December, because I won't hold myself to it. This is, oh, just look at this landscape, beautiful. Just really cool, like the, I can't tell if these, I'm sure there must be some hills or something, but like kind of these creeks or whatever's going on, how this landscape is. Very interesting. If you want to track the flight, we are, yeah. Want to track the flight, you can go over to events.flighttracker.tech, call sign. What's the call sign? CSA 761.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet. CSA 761.
Why would I have to descend? Oh, I'm the same level. I'm not descending. It was weird because I was actually under before. I guess. Whatever. ATC doesn't understand transitions. Well, what can you expect from the in-game ATC? I think you guys came in right after, with your raid, you came right after I was reading that Israel was coming up behind us, and I was trying to see what the Hebrew said on it, and it says Israel, but it's more like Ish there, but that's what it was saying. So as I was reading, I'm like, what is this saying? And I was like, oh, it says Israel. So here's my little bit of showing up the Hebrew, which we're going to need to do at some point here. I'm going to need to do a lesson. See, I should be doing more lessons in a day, but when I'm at work, if I'm not being stupid and just looking at Twitter or something, I can put in a few lessons and feel better about myself, not just wasting time.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect flight flight level 340 CSA 761.
Ryanair 4715.
Alright, let's get the clearance up to 38,000. And then
Prague Center CSA 761.
I like how it doesn't respond to minute response.
Flight level
Ugh.
420.
Airframe 1082, contact routine approach on 1180.
But I bet I'll turn off the ATC probably for the rest of the flight because, well, I might not. Well, hopefully they don't get too crazy, and hopefully they give us our approaches and everything earlier, because it'd be nice to know as we're going into Prague, or not into Prague, into Paris de Gaulle, because there's going to be a lot of traffic. It'd be nice to know, go around and all that stuff. Maybe we'll go around. Maybe we'll do it. If they ask us to, because Ryanair is sitting on the runway taking forever. Alright, sorry ATC, I wanted 380 and I hit the wrong button. So let me hit the Alright. Oh, almost had it. Almost had it. There we go.
Prague Center
Okay.
CSA 761. Request
So,
flight level 380.
climbing out.
CSA 761 climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect flight level 380.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect flight level 380 CSA.
We are currently
761.
over. About to reach our first waypoint of Baltu on our Baltu SID. And we're going to have Carlsbad off to our right, and then off to our left is Plzeň. Well, not exactly. Let's see. And then Carlsbad. It's probably right over there. That might be it right there, actually. Sometimes it's hard to tell on the map, like, how far you can see. Flying over Czechia, also known as the Czech Republic, which is where my maternal grandmother's family is from, the Pauls.
CSA 761 have the Boeing in sight.
Austrian 380, please expedite your descent 14,000 feet. CSA 761 climb and maintain flight level 300.
Climb and maintain flight level
Now I can't remember
CSA 761.
exactly if my great-grandparents were the ones to come over, or if it was the great-great-grandparents. I do know that my grandma was born, my grandma and her brother and two sisters were born in the U.S. But she was born in 1930, and so she grew up during, well, her formative years would have been during World War II. She probably, but she remembered, I mean, obviously the tail end of the Depression, and it's always interesting when I would talk to her, you know, especially in later years,
CSA 761 have the
showing me
traffic.
the, like, food stamp, like the stamps and the ration stuff and all that. So, they were from Czechoslovakia, and then, so the Pauls are from Czechoslovakia, and then the Wenzels, who is my maternal grandfather, they're from, I believe they're German. Yeah, they're the German. And then, now on the other side of the family, I always thought, and maybe, and I'm going to ask this again, because I was always under the impression that my grandma, or my great-grandma, or whenever they came over, that my paternal grandma's side of the family, the Martins, were Hungarian, and there actually might be a mix. Maybe I've always been too simplified. And then the Breitigams, my grandpa, were Germans, because my grandpa spoke fluent German because his adopted parents, because he actually wasn't a Breitigam, he was a Conrad, and but his adopted parents, his aunt, his father's sister, they spoke German. They spoke exclusively German, so he was raised speaking German, but also learning English, going to school and everything. And so then during World War II, that was an important thing for him as a forward scout. But maybe they were Hungarian, or there might have been a mix. Maybe they weren't full. I always thought they were, though. I always thought all my grandparents were all a full Czech, German, or Hungarian. I could be wrong. Anyway, basically, I think everyone in my family is kind of from basically this area of Europe right here, kind of. Even though Hungary, well, yeah, kind of just this. Surprised there's no Austrian, but I suppose the Hungarian kind of came over, because you got Germany, Czechoslovakia, and Hungary. You know, Czechoslovakia being in the middle of the two. See, now, doesn't the scenery seem like it's not loading in properly down there? Those kind of generic farms. But they still have like clouds on them. They are sap photos, so it's weird. That's no good. Stomach, I mean, is it just because something you ate, or is it, you know, you're feeling nervous or anxious about something? Well, don't try to get too, you know, don't work yourself up too much about that. Yeah, take care of yourself. I mean, I'm glad to hear that, but not glad to hear it at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm glad to hear it's just because, you know, possibly something you ate versus just being anxious and not all tied up in knots. I've had that. All right. Yep, we'll be landing. Well, probably 50 minutes, a little under an hour, I would guess, or so. Streams are going a little bit after midnight lately.
Center contract 739er is passing flight level 340, climbing flight level 350. CSA 761, please expedite your climb, flight level 380. Lufthansa 1367, please expedite your descent, flight level 250. Contract 739er, center, continue as planned. Easy 3245 traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 350, Boeing 700.
Alright, so I don't know who's all in here right now, but if you're watching, you're watching live, which obviously, guys, I'm talking, you guys are watching live. Won't be streaming tomorrow night because I picked up a shift. So we'll be working 3 p.m. to midnight tomorrow. So maybe after I get home, probably won't do a stream, but maybe I'll do a flight and record some VFR flying over one of these cities. Or I won't, and I'll just be lazy and maybe just sleep more. We'll see how work goes. And then next week I'll be flying Friday night, 7:30, and Sunday night, 7:30. That's the plan right now. Saturday night, going to a charity event that my cousins do, because their daughter, who, how old is she now? She's gotta be 12 or 13 now. She has partial deafness. Maybe, well, yeah, I think she's pretty much deaf, but she has a cochlear implants, which allows her to hear, and she's doing great with those. And you know, after they had that whole experience when she was younger and going through Children's Hospital, Wisconsin, they wanted to give back and make it raise money to make it more affordable for other kids with hearing loss and hearing issues to be able to get the treatment they need and be able to afford things like cochlear implants. And so every year they do that, and good food, lots of raffles and auctions and dancing and sponsored alcohol. And a ton of donated money. I mean, I remember a few years ago, back when I wasn't thinking about money at all. It's like it kind of no, but you'll see, you know, like my uncle Pete will, you know, someone will donate a certain amount of money to say, okay, I'm donating $1,000, and someone's like, I'm donating $2,000. Yeah, you just kind of like a donate off in some of these. Everyone's really generous, and so that's what we'll be doing Saturday night. My parents are going to be seeing, I think, Elton John, so they're not going to be going, but we'll be going. We'll be taking the baby, showing them off. Not sure where he's headed. He's headed kind of southeast, no, southwest. Alright, so we just, we're going to be passing on our left is going to be Schweinfurt, and on our right, a little bit to the north, is going to be Bad Kissingen. No real major, well, like major on a world level cities that we're going to be passing over until we get to Frankfurt. We're passing basically right over the airport. Fly over Luxembourg, and basically a little bit of the corner, like the southeast corner of Belgium. Edson Hanska, thank you for the sub over. It looks like on YouTube. Thank you. Welcome to the flight crew, or whatever it's called, community. I don't really have a name for it. Thanks for the sub. I'm just looking at the flight plan where we're going to be flying over. We're going to fly over Luxembourg. We're going to be kind of right through the middle of Luxembourg, so we're kind of missed Luxembourg City. We'll pass by Reims and into Paris, or the north side of Paris, where Charles de Gaulle is. X-Last Kiwi, where are you? Where are you in Germany?
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary food and snacks. Please look at the feedback for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Food and drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Saarbrücken. Saarbrücken, let's see. Where's Saarbrücken? That's further.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Yankee runway 7 left approach via DF 454 transition. Clear to DF 454. Falling 9er 49er 6, please expedite your descent. Flight level 370. Austrian 154, please expedite your descent. Flight level 290.
Is that a state or is that a city?
7042, please expedite your descent. Flight level 300. Alpine 559er 6.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off this ATC near Saarbrücken.
Lufthansa 1383 descend and maintain flight level 180.
I'm not seeing it on my map. That's weird. Oh, that's right over there. Near the border. Yeah, we're just gonna be north of you. Yep, just north. I thought we were gonna fly. I thought the flight plan, because, well, I suppose Prague to Paris, if you did a straight line, perfectly straight line, we would have flown right over Saarbrücken. That's what I was kind of thinking. But then obviously a flight plan, you're gonna be going to certain waypoints, and so we're just a little bit north of Saarbrücken. Yeah, you're right on the border. Is Saarbrücken like a place? Is Saarbrücken one of the in an area where kind of passed between France and Germany in the last century?
Eurowings 1916, please expedite your descent. Flight level 340.
I don't have an exact where all the different kind of cities that kind of would go back and forth right down the border.
Eurowings 7042, please expedite your descent. Flight level 300.
Ugh, you kind of see the frame rates kind of as we fly over Germany. Central Germany. Would that be Central Germany? Yeah. A little bit south. See, when I look at the map, when I look at the map on Volanta, it doesn't mean as much to me. And it's kind of a funny thing because it's like I watch, you know, you when you study so much World War II or World War One, and the names constantly pop up, but it's like oftentimes, sometimes you see the maps and you don't really like visualize the map on the modern scale, and so you kind of. You almost don't realize where Paris is in relation to everything else sometimes. Like I always, like when I for example, when I visualize like the Normandy landings, right? I always visualize France being far further south, and actually, Paris, not France, but Paris is actually a little northeast from where, you know, where most of those landings were, almost directly east actually. But I never visualized that. In my head, I always think, you know, Paris is way down there further south. And then, you know, then like the Battle of the Bulge, and kind of thinking like, well, where is that? And, yeah, because you kind of, yeah, because certain names gain so much, you know, so much of an influence, then you kind of, if you're not looking at a map to see where it is, like I'm thinking, now it's completely slipping my mind. A place where they're completely surrounded. The 101st Division by the Germans. Bastogne. And I just found it. And Bastogne, like, for some reason I was looking in France, south of Saarbrücken, and it's like Bastogne's in Belgium. But when I think Battle of the Bulge, I think, you know, France over here, which is actually probably more, that fighting was more World War One. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. Battle of the Bulge was right over Luxembourg, really. That area. I don't know. Like I said, it's like, I need to go back and read my books and have a map handy. what I want to do before I jump into doing like a language lesson is I want to figure out a fixed point for our beginning our descent. Okay, so B-deuce, we need to be below 280. Okay, I'm going to go for learning, which is our transition point. We need to be between flight level 150 and flight level 110. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do flight level... let's aim for 12,000. So 82 nautical miles before target. Now I said Lorny, not Lori. So fix info. It was Lorny. And put that in, and I'm going to put about 85-mile radius. Sean sees me on Volanta. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, XLAS. I can see XLAS Kiwi, and you can see me. We're all kind of... XLAS Kiwi is actually going to where we just left. Well, not just left, but we left on the first flight. He's flying to Sofia, up from Doha. We're flying, obviously, to Paris. Alright, so I got that, so right there, that's where we're going to kind of want to start thinking about descending. Hopefully ATC starts clearing us. Frame rate kind of sucks. I hope that's not a... I hope that's just because we're over Central Europe and there's just a lot to load in or something. I hope that's not a glitch. Frame rate kind of sucks. Last time I saw frame rates like this was back when we were having trouble with the your controls. Uh-oh. That's even worse. I don't like it. Alright, don't worry, I think I'm going to switch off that. So what I had done is I had disconnected that server, but I think that it's actually better if that's on. Well, I don't know. Frame rate sucks either way. That's not good. Oh, well, what are we flying over right now? We're flying over a decent-sized city, it looks like. Oh, we're flying over Frankfurt. That's why. That's probably why we're having some frame rate. Frankfurt looking beautiful. Frankfurt with the photogrammetry, and from this altitude, the photogrammetry looks excellent. It doesn't have to load in a ton. So even though there's a lot of triangles down there, it's not a big deal. So yeah, as I said, we're flying right over the airport. Pretty cool. So of course there's a lot of planes loading in with Alpha Indy Group traffic right now, flying over a massive major airport, which is why frame rates are biting it. But absolutely beautiful. Looks so real, doesn't it? It's so good down there. Alright, so we have that fixed point in. I'm going to also call for the MEDAR data. get that available for us. And then I'm going to do a lesson on Duolingo to keep my streak going. And then we'll...
CSA 761 traffic is 12 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 390, Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
CSA 761 have the Boeing 737 in sight.
Alright, thank you for the subscription. I'm guessing that's... Well, thank you for the new subscription. I might actually pop my contact out here. But I'm going to jump over here. Not jump over here. Jump on a Duolingo and do a language lesson. I've been slacking off this week.
82861 traffic in sight.
Alright, where is it? What am I trying to do? There we go.
Transavia 6709er, please expedite your descent, flight level 350.
I live in the United States.
Tree contact
But right now we're flying over Germany right now. Just about, just flew over Frankfurt. We're gonna be pretty soon. We'll be flying over Luxembourg and Belgium into France and landing in Paris.
127.28 Lufthansa 909er tree.
תודה. תודה. שלום, מה שלומך?
Transavia 6709er, please expedite your descent, flight level 350.
Alright, so we'll do a little Hebrew lesson here. Get one in.
לא, תודה. להתראות? להתראות?
I'll see you later.
אמא, מה נשמע? אמא, מה נשמע? אמא, מה נשמע? מה נשמע?
It is 11:45 p.m. or 23:45. So 15 minutes before midnight. What do I play? Which one? Like the simulator, the flight simulator? I'm playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. And then over here I'm doing Duolingo, which is a language learning program. Yeah, so so you're 12 hours behind me or ahead of me. Depends on your date. For me it's March 26th. If you're on the 27th, you're ahead of me. Depends on which side. I guess it depends which side of the international date line you're on, I think.
Transavia 6709er, have the Airbus A320 in sight.
How are you? Didn't I put that in there? Oh, yeah.
מה שלומך?
מה שלומך?
שלום, מה שלומך?
Hello, how are you? Quite a few ways to say how are you in Hebrew. Abba. Ma.
שלום, להתראות.
Hello. Goodbye.
מה שלומך?
and maintain flight level 320 airframes 121.
Yeah, so I'm using Duolingo, which is a language program, and I'm doing Hebrew right now, this lesson. Basically, how are you? You're just learning how are you. Hello, how are you? So hello is shalom. Shalom. Ma. Shlomach. One way to say it.
תודה, להתראות.
Hoda is thanks. And then lidot, like, or led.
תודה, להתראות.
Letro. Letro. Thanks, goodbye. See, the problem with typing in Hebrew is I need to have kind of a picture of a keyboard to know what the.
CSA 761 have the Boeing 757 in sight.
So I know which letters correspond to which Hebrew letters. They don't match completely. Alright, so EMA is.
Air France 1219er, please expedite your descent, flight level 320. Corinth 7954, please expedite your climb, flight level 390.
EMA.
Tomjet 7672, heavy traffic is 5 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 370.
I'm trying to put in a.
A20. Report them in sight. Tomjet 7672, heavy, please expedite your descent, flight level 350.
Alright, so EMA. Oh, yo. How do I say it?
Tomcat 7672 Heavy has the Airbus A320
That's right,
in
Ma.
sight.
Egypt Air 726, please expedite your climb, flight level 390. Lufthansa 2475, please expedite your descent, flight level 370. Air France 1219er, please expedite your descent, flight level 320. Eurowings 9er 589er, contact Lagan Center on 118.75. Good day.
What is it?
Transavia 6325, please expedite your climb, flight level 410.
Yeah.
Air Canada 81 Heavy, please expedite your climb, flight level 400. Corinth 79er 54, please expedite your climb, flight level 390. Tomjet 7672 Heavy, please expedite your descent, flight level 350.
He's just asking what I'm doing over here, I'm assuming.
Egypt Air 726, please expedite your climb, flight level
Hey yo.
390.
Shalom.
Lufthansa 2475, please expedite your descent, flight level 370.
Shalom.
Air France
I think I need to have this.
1219er, please expedite your descent, flight level 320.
I think I had too much there. How are you? Man, I can't remember how I don't know how to type it. Oh, thanks for the subscription, Chuang An Hui. Why is... Okay, so that's your name, okay. I was wondering, why is it... Okay, so... Is Restream doing that? Are you showing up with... Yeah, why is your name... Your name gets... It's so weird because your name is getting the asterisk for your name. But when you... In the chat. But when you go on... Right there, it showed me your name. No problem. So it's kind of weird. Weird how it's kind of censoring it for no reason. Simply because your name is... You have a Vietnamese name. I'm assuming that's Vietnamese. Alright, how are you? Let's see. That's right, Ma. I always forget the Ma. 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 Mashlomach. Sorry.
CSA 761, contact Brussels
Hello.
Center on 125.0. Good day.
That's probably where I'm
Going
getting
to
the loan from.
125.0 CSA 761.
Slow.
Brussels Center, CSA 761 flight level 380.
Airline 3258, please expedite your descent, flight level 220.
No. Oh, because I completely forgot.
CSA 761 Brussels
Forgot
Center,
to add
continuous
Dad. Oh man, now I gotta do it all over again. Shalom. Ava. Ma. Slow. Yeah, I didn't need that. That's right. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Because when stream elements and on the overlay, it just showed his name, Chuang An Hui. So I don't know why. I don't know why YouTube is censoring it. It's so weird. Alright, so that was some Hebrew. Let's do some Chinese. How hard the Chinese do want to do? You do like simple stuff. Alright, Sean Delaney. See you on Friday night, hopefully. Oh, you want to see me do German? I haven't done German in... I mean, I'm just kind of going through just the first level of all of them. So let's see. I did German in high school, but...
Meine Katze ist krank.
Should I just use the keyboard? Wrong keyboard. My cat is sick.
Ich habe Durst.
Who's Durst? Istanbul Center is full. Are you on VATSIM? I have a cold?
Durst.
Oh, I'm thirst, right. Thirsty. That's right. I already know that. Why?
Krank. Der Junge ist sehr müde.
The boy is very müde. Müde. It's so long. It's a new word.
Müde.
Müde. Ich bin sehr müde. How do I get the... How do I do the umlaut? How do I do the umlaut? Do I need to have a German keyboard? Oh, come on. Oh. Why? I'm doing English and the boy is very müde.
Bist du traurig?
But... Oh yeah, it's all... The ATC, it's like what it's doing right now for me. Yeah? Can you just get close? We should be getting clearance soon, but we are getting close. Like, what I think I would need like a German keyboard, yeah? I think. Sort of like, to just add those, that you can add those in. Which I don't have right now. What the heck? Did the weather just change on me again? It did. It did. Alright, so let's see, we are over... Over... Oh, we just flew over Luxembourg already. Oh, I missed Luxembourg. Whoa. I'm kind of disappointed I missed Luxembourg. And I think we actually just about to exit Belgium. I'm getting a little worried about the frame rate. Like, it's whenever I move the camera, that frame rate issue that we had before. So I hope it's not that. Let's do Prague. Are you? See, I can't remember. I remember some words. Some of my Prague.
Ich schlafe nicht gut.
Don't sleep well.
Ich schlafe nicht viel.
I don't sleep well. Much. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking it was long, much, something
Ich
like
habe nachts immer Hunger.
Have nachts?
Nachts.
Oh.
Immer.
I'm always hungry at night.
Nachts. Ich habe keinen Durst.
I'm a little thirsty. Oh, kinda. Kinda. See?
Ja.
Ja. Sonnig.
Sonnig.
Zug.
Bitte.
Traurig.
Ich esse manchmal zu viel.
Descend and maintain flight level 300 CSA 761.
Alright, we're gonna start our descent. Never turn the seatbelt signs off for the passengers, unfortunately. This frame rate, whenever we move around the camera, is not good. I'm not liking that. That's scaring me. Like, what is causing that? Is it the server thing, which I thought was supposed to be a solution? I don't know. Alright, received messages, MEDAR. Print that out. All this printing will go to performance page. Yeah, we actually should be below 280, flight level 280 right now. So they have not cleared us. We're gonna have might be in trouble. Should be alright though, because it's about right about where we should have started descending. I think. A little bit in. Alright, I'm just looking at the chart. Transition is 5,000 feet. Hey, QNH in Paris is 1027. Temperature 8. Winds 20 at 10 knots. Minimum for this ILS approach is 581. So, flying into France now. Quite a few farms. We have Rhymes off to our left. Right over there, I think. Rhymes. I'm saying it wrong, I know. But we all technically say Paris wrong, too, so. The frame? Why is the frame rate so bad? What is causing that? I'm hoping it's being caused just by there being a lot to load in, scenery or the other planes. I'm hoping it's not like some background program that's running and causing issues. There we go. Oh. Ugh. This reminds me of when we were having those issues before.
PSA 761 descent and maintain flight level 180.
Problem went away once I got rid of your controls, that little app, but
Descent and maintain flight level 180.
I don't know what could be causing this one.
761.
Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Czech 1435, please expedite your climb flight level 390. Transavia 5762, please expedite your climb flight level 380. CSA 761 traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles to flight level 275 Airbus A321. Report them in sight.
CSA 761 traffic in sight.
Royal Air Mirroc 222, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Japan Air 45 heavy descent and maintain flight level 200. Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Czech 1435, please expedite your climb flight level 390. Transavia 5762, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Royal Air Mirroc 222, please expedite your climb flight level 380.
Paris Center Ryanair 2924 is passing flight level 305, descending flight level 210.
Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Czech 1435, please expedite your climb flight level 390. Ryanair 2924 Paris Center, continue as planned. Ryanair 7355, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Transavia 5762, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Speedbird 2643, please expedite your climb flight level 320. Japan Air 45, heavy, please expedite your descent flight level 200. Air France 1507, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Ryanair 3699 descent and maintain 16,000 feet. Royal Air Mirroc 222, please expedite your climb flight level 380.
yeah, we're gonna have a hard time hitting our restrictions here. Actually, what we do. Oh.
KLM 1687, contact Paris Center on 118.05.
Warney, I'm gonna do a hold.
Ryanair 7355, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Transavia 5762, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Japan Air 45, heavy.
We're gonna do a hold, and we're gonna get down to about 12,000 feet, and then we'll exit.
Not above 300 knots. Expect ILS runway 09 left approach.
That's so cool that this plane has the hold now. Yeah, the frame rate's bouncing between like 40 frames and 10 frames right now. It's just weird, all over the place.
Air France 1507, please expedite your climb flight level 340.
Why is it taking us down to 205 knots though?
Contact Paris Center on 118.05. Good day. Ryanair 2924 descent and maintain 13,000 feet. Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight level 3.
Yeah, I changed the thing in the registry. Could that be causing a problem? I might should have changed that.
11,000 feet. Keep speed not above 300 knots.
8.05, CSA 761.
So they got some custard.
Paris Center CSA 761 is at flight level 205, descending
Got
flight
some
level
Oreo
180.
custard and some Andy's Mint from Gillies or Gillis's in Milwaukee. Not the custard stand I worked at. I worked at Cops, and Cops custard is, I think, a little thicker and creamier than Gillies custard. Gillies is a little bit lighter, but they do have a pretty vast selection of flavors. Did you change it to the 4 on the registry? Because that's what I have it at now. I did that change, and I'm wondering if I should change it back. And what's weird is, why am I getting laggy? Because I restarted Flight Simulator before this flight. Because I figure I'll get some laggy eventually.
KLN 1687, please expedite your climb flight level 400. Easy 69er 55 climb and maintain flight level 200. CSA 761, please expedite your descent flight level 180. CSA 761, contact Paris Center on 126.475. Good day. FedEx flight 030 heavy, please expedite your descent 16,000 feet.
126.475 for CSA 761. Paris Center CSA 761 is passing flight level 195, descending flight level 180.
Eurolings 953, 8 contact Paris Center on 118.05. Good day. CSA 761 Paris Center, continue as planned. Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight level 380.
Paris Center Easy 69er 55, flight level 200.
Easy 69er 55 Paris Center, continue as planned.
We're doing a holding pattern to descend. I'm not sure if you actually would do a holding pattern to descend. You'd probably probably do a dog leg or something. Probably the actual way to do it.
Good day.
Going to 118.05, job and error 45 heavy.
Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight
But
level 380.
you could fly around in circles for a while and take a nice look at the French countryside.
Seabird 542 traffic is 1 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 200 Airbus A319. Report them in sight. Easy 69er 55, you are 2,000 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and
That's gonna be
maintain
Leon
flight
right
level
there.
200.
Not Leon, but just Leon, L-A-O-N.
42, please expedite your climb flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, easy 69er 55.
Beeline 3669er, you are
And we
14,000
descend.
feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain
See, everyone's
flight
below
level
their
320.
altitude because they're probably at their pressure.
Ryanair 3015, please expedite your climb flight level 380.
So we're gonna go down to the.
Ryanair 4055
Yeah, see,
climb
it doesn't
and
think we're
maintain
actually at
flight level
18,000 yet.
210.
Because the ATC is programmed to think everything, all transition levels are 18,000 feet, which is the United States.
Seabird 264
So,
please expedite your
good
climb
job.
flight level 210.
It'd be pretty nice if they could program that.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Beeline 3669er. CSA 761, you are 600 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 180 QNH 30.36.
They're not talking to us, are they?
Climb and maintain flight level 180 CSA 761.
Now I'm below it? They can't decide. I was at 18,000. Okay, so I'm not at the trans. I don't know. See, now I'm too low.
118.05 for Air France 1507.
Let me descend, you stupid APC. Come on. I just want to. I want to land.
761 requesting vector to next
I want to
waypoint.
land.
CSA 761, turn right, heading 230.
Turn right heading 230 CSA 761.
Alright, you know what? We're going to start descending.
Alpine 7664, please expedite your climb.
We're not doing it anymore. We're not listening to this ATC. Stupid.
CSA 761, contact Paris Center on 118.05.
Oh, thank you.
Good day.
So you screwed me over, and then now you're going to hand me off.
118.05.
You're not at the right altitude,
CSA
though.
761.
But you can be handed off.
Paris Center, CSA 761, 17,800 feet.
CSA 761 Paris Center QNH 30.36 continuous planned. KLN 1687, please expedite your climb.
I always like that.
Flight level
Continuous
400.
plan. At what level?
Eurolings 59er tree, please expedite your climb. Flight level 350. Air France 145.
Because to continue my plan, I actually have to descend. Alright, we're going to do probably... It's just always funny listening to the ATC. In-game ATC, it just doesn't understand how to do things. You see our minimum right here? But our max altitude is, we have to be below 15,000. Okay, we'll exit. We'll exit because... Close enough.
Good day. Eurolings 953, please expedite your climb. Flight level 400. CSA 761, you are 800 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 180 QNH 30.36. Eurolings 59er tree, please expedite your climb. Flight level 350. FedEx 90011 heavy traffic is 6 o'clock, 1 miles at 14,200 feet by. Report them.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 CSA 761.
TUA Jet 229er tree.
Climb and maintain flight level.
TUA Jet 229er tree, please expedite your climb. Flight level.
Paris Center Beeline tree 6. Paris Center Beeline tree 669er. Is it?
Beeline 3669er Paris Center continuous planned.
Paris Center speed bird flight 42. Is it flight level 2?
I know there's a way to...
Flight level 230.
Way to trick it. I always forget how.
Speed bird 542 Paris Center continuous planned.
Whoa, we really picked up speed there. That's because the plane decided to speed all the way up. Why does it do that? It's like you're at a nice slow speed, and then it's like, nope, we got to speed all the way back to 290, and then overspeed as we're doing now.
CSA 761, please expedite your climb. Flight level 180.
Throttle. Sometimes you got to turn that off.
FedEx flight 030
Where's my
heavy contact
cursor?
Paris Center on 125.
Okay, my cursor has decided to
Good day.
come up. Why is it? Why? Why does it do that?
Beeline 3669,
Okay, there we go.
please expedite your climb. Flight
Cursor
level
got stuck.
320. FedEx 90011 heavy contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. Japan Air 45 heavy contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. Speed Bird 542, please expedite your climb. Flight level 230. 125.7 FedEx 90011 heavy. CSA 761, please expedite.
119.85 CSA 761. Climb and maintain flight level 180 CSA 761.
Alright, so we need to be at 4,000 to capture the glide slope. And this is a little confusing, but what it is that I believe that is a different section. We're actually coming in pretty close, like right at the capture almost, on this curve. That's what it looks like, at least. So hopefully you can get down in time. There you go, that's supposed to go there. I don't know why. Yeah, this little curve is right there. It's weird how they draw that. Shouldn't it go like that? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll fight the plane for a while. Turn on landing lights. And we will arm the spoilers.
Maintain flight level 200, Eurowings 90575. Speed bird 542, please expedite your climb flight level 230. Eurowings 90575 climb and maintain flight level 260.
Why aren't we descending here? It's like pull back the throttle and then descend here. I think the plane is just incapable sometimes. Incapable of descending on its own. Can't wait until we get the VNav over here in the development version.
We have begun our final descent into Paris. Flight attendants will be passing through the hatch to collect any crash
climb and
final
maintain
time.
13,000
Tray
feet.
tables are stowed and secure in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks
Climb
and
and
stow any
maintain
larger electronics.
13,000 feet. Air France 1263.
French PE 711 Heavy, you are 800 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet QNH 30.34. Air France 764 tree contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet French PE 711 Heavy. 125.7 for Air France 764 tree. Alpine 7664 traffic is 6 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 360 Airbus A320. Report them in sight. Alpine 4366 climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Alpine 7664 heavy Airbus A320 in sight.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Alpine 4366.
Alright, I'm really worried about this little curve here, why it's doing
Climb
that.
and maintain flight level 220 Alpine 4366.
It seems like...
711 heavy, please expedite your climb 11,000
This seems kind of
feet.
confusing to me, like why it's like that. Like why those other two spots are over there. Spoits. Those two other spots. Those two other spots are up here, waypoints, but then, I don't know. Kind of weird. Kind of weird.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 Alpine 4366.
Alpine 7664, please expedite your climb flight level 340.
Alright, there's the airport. Charles de Gaulle. And Paris, obviously, right over there. All that.
PE 711 heavy, please expedite your climb 11,000 feet.
I was searching for so long on flightsim.to, hoping I could find like some upgrades to the airport, and then I loaded in the airport, and I'm like, wait, it doesn't need any upgrades. I mean, it could use some markings. I think there's missing ground markings, but otherwise, it looks pretty good. I think they upgraded that airport during the update, when they did updated France and the Netherlands and stuff. Yeah, I think we should be fine on altitude. We'll be able to start dropping our speed.
Alpine 7664, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Ryanair 1389, please expedite your climb 8,400 feet. Beeline 3669, please expedite your climb flight level 320. French BE 711 Heavy, please expedite your climb 11,000 feet. Eurowings 9602, please expedite your climb flight level 360.
Alright, approach speed is going to be 130 knots.
Alpine 7664, please expedite your climb flight level.
Like I said, I'm very worried, like, why aren't we going out here? You know? Why this sharp turn in?
Ryanair 1389, please expedite your climb 8,400 feet.
See, wouldn't be going there, but we're not. We're going here.
Please expedite your climb
So confusing.
11,000 feet. Air France 7755, please expedite your climb 9,000 feet. Eurowings 9602,
Alright, flaps 1.
expedite your climb flight
I'm going to
level
drop the flaps
360.
2.
Air France 1548, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Yeah, it just, that doesn't seem right. Why are we turning so sharp? Yeah, why are we turning so sharp?
Speed not above 250
This is
knots.
really annoying.
Alpine 7664, please expedite your climb flight
That's
level
a
340.
bad draw. I mean, we should be going up there and doing that. I don't know why. That's a weird what it's doing there.
Ryanair 1389, please expedite your climb 8,400 feet.
Interesting. Yeah. That's new. I don't know. Is that on purpose or is that just like a slow draw?
Eurowings 9602, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Alpine 7664, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Ryanair 1389, please expedite your climb 8,400 feet. Alpine 7664, traffic alert. 6 o'clock less than
Alright, so there's
1 mile,
Paris.
flight level 360.
Not a lot of it loading in because it's mostly photogrammetry. You can see the Eiffel Tower though.
Eurowings
We got
9602,
all these
please
airplanes.
expedite your climb flight level 360. Eurowings 962,
So we're gonna come in. We're gonna be coming in with no
11
clearance.
o'clock, less than 1 mile, flight level 340,
We're gonna be screwing everything up, but I don't
Report
care
them in sight.
at this point. If I could figure out a way to switch this off. How do I do that? I know there's a way.
Alpine approach CSA 761 is at 4,000 feet, climbing flight level 180. De Gaulle approach CSA 761 is passing 4,000 feet, climbing flight level 180. Keep speed not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 08 left approach via MOPA. Transition cleared to MOPA CSA 761.
There we go. I think I did it. Okay, And now I think it should work. It should get lined up on this, hopefully. Unless it decides to just go nosedive for the... Because it says it's got the course, which makes sense, but then it's gonna... The line is drawn so weird, so hopefully... hopefully... I'm not really sure what's going on. No, go there. Go there. There you go. I don't know what this line is drawing, so I don't know what that is. Why it just did a direct shot to the airport, even though it says it's going to CF09 right. So it's kind of this weird glitch. I wish everything else loaded in a little bit better. Of course, I'd probably destroy the flight. It's always a little. It's always a little. Just the draw distance. That's why, like, when you're flying directly over a city at 30,000 feet, it looks better than when you're at this level, because everything's loaded in because you're directly over it. And your draw distance actually isn't as far. You know, this is probably a few miles. When you're at 38,000, you're actually, you know, this is probably 10 miles versus when you're right over, like Frankfurt, we were only like 5 miles above it. So your draw distance actually is better. Okay, there we go. Now we should be in line. Alright, so we're on our final approach into Paris Charles de Gaulle. Hit approach. Approach speed is going to be 130 knots. So it's right there. I believe we're going runway 9 right, it's going to be right there. I think the other two are 10. Well, 10 left, 10 right. Or, yeah, 9 right, 9 left. I don't know what they actually cleared us for in-game ATC, but too much, well, we can actually probably switch back and it should be better. Let's see. So now I broke it.
De Gaulle approach CSA 761 requesting vector to next waypoint. Continue to Mopa turning and following heading tree 5 CSA 761.
Alright, we got the glide slope. Down to 130 knots for our approach speed. Full flaps. Get a shot of the Eiffel Tower off in the distance. $2,500 feet, we'll go landing gear.
De Gaulle approach can CSA
2,500.
get runway 09 or right. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 08 left approach via Mopa transition sidestep runway 09 or right. Cleared to Mopa CSA 761.
I don't even know which there's a runway 8 left. I think there's 8. What? Oh, those are 8. Oh, so they wanted us to land at 8 left. The other side of the airport. Oh well. I'm not changing it now. I mean, I could. We do have. I'm not going to try a sidestep or whatever. I don't know how to do that. Is that the runway right there? No. So we're. I think they wanted us. Actually, we were clear for 8 left. I missed that one. I wouldn't have had a problem doing that if I had known earlier. Actually, that would be the better one to land at. Oh no. It's so much closer to the terminal, I think. I don't know. I'm guessing, actually. I don't know this. I'm guessing. I think those are cargo over there or something. Yeah, like that. This part of the airport's cargo, and that part of the airport is more passenger. So, should have landed at. It's a little late now. Kind of make that side step. Right? We'll land here and we'll just have a long taxi. But we'll get to see more of the airport. Technically, this is there is a terminal up there, Terminal 1. Now I'm not sure. So yeah, I kind of blew it. Didn't land at the right runway at this major airport where I should have been paying attention more, but the ATC was getting too noisy. And this is what I had planned, and could have easily switched it to 8 left, other side of the airport, but kind of we're on the short final now. Right over here is the cargo. These are all the cargo areas. Terminal 1, and then Terminal 2 and 3. I'm not sure how many others there are.
$500. $400. $300.
Cabin check.
200.
All these planes are doing the Alpha India group traffic little dance where they start spinning in circles when they can't
100.
Holding.
$50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. 10, 5.
Whoa. Not the best landing there, as far as staying on the center line. Kind of had my rudders messed up. We got some cargo right here, a FedEx, which is where he should be going because FedEx is down there. Clearing the flaps, landing lights off, APU master switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paris. The local time is 4:40 p.m. and it's currently about 8 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us.
Alright, we got the flap open on the view. Whoa. A little bit of a depression there. A little hill. So we're at... Is this Quebec? Quebec 8-2. Alright, which de Gaulle ground do I tune to? I gotta do it. See, I broke the ATC. Whenever you kind of fiddle with it to try to make them shut up, it then breaks and you can't really use it in the future. I'm kind of curious where they want us to park.
Ground CSA 761 taxi.
Ground CSA. Hey, Enzo.
Taxiing to Gate Whiskey 4 via taxiway Yankee 5 Quebec Bravo 1 November Alpha 1 Alpha CSA 761.
Alright, so Whiskey 4. So we are going to be right here in Terminal 1. So unfortunately, if we had landed at the other one, we would have been able to see the other terminals. But we'll start at one of those terminals next flight on Friday. So parking stands. Let's see, Whiskey. So that's Whiskey 4. Okay. We're going to be coming in. Do it again. Yankee 5, that's where we're at. Yankee 5, Quebec Bravo 1. Assuming it's that, it's going to be Quebec Bravo 1. That must be Quebec Bravo 2, where it's aiming. Quebec Bravo 1, November Alpha 1. Okay, I see. Alright. Uwu. Is that how I say it? Uwu? Yeah, you missed everything, unfortunately. But you can always go back and replay. That's the great thing. You can always go back and watch it again. Which I highly encourage. This airport looks like, they've upgraded this airport really nicely when they did the world update. I did not realize that. Okay, so now we're on November. We're looking for November Alpha 1, which will lead us into Terminal 1 area, which is right there. Are you asking if it should be, like, your call sign, you should have heavy? Like, whatever heavy? I think the 747 you call heavy. I'm not sure. There's only a few planes that do it. I think the A3... It's a certain weight. So you gotta, like, check your weight. And that's November Alpha 2. A little concerned. Oops. Whoa. Is that November Alpha 2? November Alpha, yeah, this has gotta be November Alpha 1. I don't know why they do that with signs. What the heck is it? It's like, put a sign for November Alpha 1. November Alpha 2 is closed or whatever. Alright. Yeah, it's a certain weight, so just see whatever your gross weight or whatever is. If you're over the thing for heavy, you're not going to be super. The only super plane, I think, is the A380. Like, maybe heavy. I know the A330 usually ends up being heavy. We're going to turn on to Alpha. Okay, so they got this like central building, but then they have these kind of remote terminal kind of buildings further out where the gates are. Kind of, it's a little bit like Geneva. Geneva kind of had that, with those little pocket terminal buildings further out with like about 4 gates on each of them. Alright, so we're going. This new building should all be one thing. I don't know why it's separated. I think we're right where all that stuff is. Not sure if I can get a... Yeah, actually we should turn right there. Sometimes you should follow the lines. So this is us. This is the whiskey building or whatever. Alright. Parking brake on. If you bleed. External power, I never turned it off. For some reason. Jetway power. Turn the external power on. And we will turn the engines off. Do. I screwed my rotation up. I feel like these buildings, at least on my chart, these buildings all look like they're connected. These ones for you. I don't know what's going on. Interesting airport over here. And then you got more. That part of the airport looks a little bit more traditional. This is where they actually had us come, so actually landing on 9 right made us closer to where our gate. Going here, we can actually turn off the APU, strobe light off, beacon light off, your oxygen supply adheres, frame rate is dead. Passengers are deboarding in Pack X, so we'll have them also deboard via the plane itself. The way you do that is just go 0, total packs, start boarding, and they'll actually start coming off. The weights will decrease. The AN225, a plane that will be missed. Yeah, that was a big plane. Yeah, I don't know if they called Super or not. I didn't notice that on the. I guess we didn't do any wing views. Yep, restarted it after that. I've restarted like 5 or 6 times since then. Last stream, totally fine. So I'm wondering. I mean, I'm sure some of this is because we're at a pretty significant airport, but you know, that's how it goes. This is Charles de Gaulle. Pretty good looking airport. They did some work on it, I think. I'm not sure. I didn't ever fly into this airport or view it before the world updates, whenever that was in France. Any case, we are here, of course. So I'm gonna bring up Volanta for you guys, and we'll review the flight. Do our little review. See our flight route. Flew over Frankfurt, Luxembourg. We did a little hold to lose some altitude. And then we came in and landed at 296 feet per minute. G-force a little high. Landing speed, we got a little too slow and probably dropped. Fuel burn just over 3,000 kilos. Distance 562 miles and just under an hour and a half real flight time. And close that out. I'm going to bring up the world tour map. Just a second. Okay, everywhere we've been, and close that out. Click on it. And let's see, let's reveal last place we arrived, which is France. There's France. Now, technically, France is here, and down here, and these right here. And so all those should light up when I light up France, but we're simply just going to metropolitan France right now, and Corsica. And then later on we will also take off some more French places like Guadeloupe and Martinique and French Guiana and all these separate places. Just like how UK, we have some overseas territories. These are all actually technically part of France though. But this is the France we all know, metropolitan France. And so that's where we are today. Next flight on Friday night, since I won't be flying tomorrow, I picked up some hours, so I will be working. Next flight we will be going down to Slovenia, which is right there. So we'll be flying to Ljubljana or something like that. I forgot how to say it. But France, Paris down to Slovenia. And on Friday night we'll do that, Paris to Slovenia, and then down to Montenegro, which I believe is this one right here. We'll be going back. Basically going back to where we, back down to the Balkans. Pull back out of there. Let's see. About the register thing you restart, yeah I did. Never flew to Paris, am there faster by train. Yeah, definitely, you're right there. Also on my final approach right now. Well, good luck, you're coming into Sofia, right? Let me see, let me get on that map and see where you are. Yeah, so, yeah, you are right there on your final approach. Coming in, actually the opposite way that we left, so you're coming in on runway 27 right. Hope the winds are that's the right way. The winds are that way now. Qatar Flight 227, he's coming in the A320. About to finish his flight from Doha. Let's see. And I'm talking about X-Class Kiwi. Let's see, he is just outside. Ground speed 127 knots, so coming in good for his landing. I wish I could see how long your stats a little bit more, like distance so far, but I guess not. I want to say that's the way we landed when we came into Sofia, and then today we took off the opposite direction to win. Martin, what's flight sim like the web? Like the website for flight sim? I believe it's just Flight Simulator. Or are you talking about which one? Are you talking about the for mods? Okay, so you have flightsimulator.com, that's gonna be the website for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And then flightsim.to, so just flightsim.to. That's gonna be for mods. That's a really good mod site. There are some other ones that might have things, but you're gonna find most everything on flightsim.to. And wow, okay, and on their main page there's an update for Frankfurt. I don't know why it looks like crap. the screenshots, but of course, just after we're just gonna miss that update. But in the future, the freeware version of Frankfurt Main International has been updated to 0.7. It probably looks slightly better than before. All right, passengers are all off board, so or deboarded. So I'm gonna pull up final thing to look at, which is Pack X. We're gonna end the flight. Satisfaction 91%. Landing rate slightly different measurement, but about 300. Comments: totally telling my friends about this airline. Definitely recommending you at work. See the passengers. Should have had a mix of Czech and French names here, and obviously other travelers. Juliana Roberts, so close. We almost had Julia Roberts on board. Freddie Fontaine. All right, I knew a guy named Mady. All right, close that. All right, and I kind of just want to, before we get out of here, I just want to kind of take a look over at the other terminals. So let's speed up this drone camera. We'll zip it around the airport a little bit. Yeah, look at that area. That's pretty good. All right, the only thing it's lacking, I think, is the ground markings for the gates. Do some ground marking upgrades, but otherwise the airport looks pretty good. I think it's been handmade. I mean, there's definitely some extra assets being used. Well, all right. Let's see. I'm gonna just jump over. Give me a second here. Just picking a channel to raid. I think we're gonna go with Arctic Turn, unless anyone has someone they'd like to raid on Twitch. I'm gonna go with Arctic Turn. He's one of the recommended channels to me, and he's got the fewest viewers right now of the people being recommended to me. How was your landing? XSD. I guess I could check. I could actually look. Let's see. Maybe it still hasn't updated it for me. Arctic Turn. All right, so we're gonna go raid Arctic Turn. He looks like he's doing some on air. Awesome. So let's jump over there. So I'm gonna start the raid. Pick a channel. Arctic Turn. Start raid. All right, we're gonna be raiding on Twitch, on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button, the like, share, all that fun stuff. Enzo, yeah, I will see you on Friday, Enzo. We're going to be, whatever time it'll be for you. It'll be 00:30 Zulu time. So it'll be technically Saturday Zulu time, but for me it'll be Friday night, 7:30. Not going to be streaming tomorrow night because I have work. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I'm working, but then Friday night. Saturday night next week, no stream either because we have a charity event, and then Sunday I'll be streaming, hopefully. So I will see everyone Friday night, 7:30 p.m., 0:30 Zulu time, Saturday morning, if you're going off that. And thank you for coming along, and I will see you then. Happy flying.